Hi everyone and welcome to the Learning Curve. This lesson represents a continuation of my series where I am going through worked past paper solutions for typical questions that would appear in mathematics for social sciences, economics, business, and similar disciplines for university students in level 1. Here we are given an applied question in differentiation. We are told that a manufacturer estimates that when X units of a particular commodity are produced, the total cost in dollars is given C of X is equal to 18 X squared plus 3X plus 98. So this is our total cost function, and in question 1 we're asked to find the marginal cost. The marginal cost is the derivative of the total cost function. So we're going to take C prime of X, which means that we're differentiating the total cost function. When we differentiate this function, we're going to have to differentiate one term at a time. Firstly, 18 X squared, then 3X, and then 98. When we differentiate 1/8 X squared, we will use the power rule, so that the power of 2 comes down to the front and multiplies by 1/8. When we multiply 2 by 1/8, we get 2/8. X will take 1 from the power of 2, leaving us with X. So this will just be 28X plus. When we differentiate 3X, we get 3. And that is when we differentiate constant multiplied by a variable, where the variable power is 1, we just get the constant coefficient. So this will be 3. And when we differentiate a constant standing on its own, no variable involved, the answer is going to be 0, 98. Just like any other number standing alone, negative or positive is a constant. So when we differentiate constants, we get 0. We can simplify this further. So 2 over 8 is the same as 1 over 4, because 2 goes into itself 1 and 2 goes into 8 4 times. So this will be 1 over 4x plus 3. And this represents the marginal cost function. Now we're asked to use the marginal cost function, which is C prime of X, to estimate the use the marginal cost function to estimate the cost of producing the 9th unit. Now keep in mind that the marginal cost function represents the cost of producing an extra unit of product. By definition, the marginal cost is the cost associated with producing one more unit of a particular product, or one less unit of a particular product for that matter. That's the marginal cost. So the marginal cost associated with producing the 9th unit would be found by taking C prime of 8. So C prime of 8 here, because we're moving from the 8th unit to the 9th unit, moving from the 8th unit to the 9th unit would give us the marginal cost. So this will be 1 over 4 multiplied by 8 plus 3. And this will be equal to a quarter of 8 is going to give us 2, because 4 goes into 8 2 times. So 2 plus 3 here is going to give us 5. So this answer is 5. So the marginal cost to produce the 9th unit is $5. Now we're asked what is the actual cost of producing the 9th unit, which is different from the marginal cost. The actual cost of producing the 9th unit would be found by substituting 8 and 9 into the total cost function itself. So we would take C of 9, that is the cost of producing the 9th unit, total cost of producing the 9th unit, minus the total cost of producing the 8th unit, which is found by the total cost of producing the 9th unit is found by substituting 9 into the total cost function to replace X, and the total cost of producing the 8th unit is found by substituting 8 into the total cost function to replace X. So let us simplify that. This is going to be 1 over 8 for C of 9 is going to be 1 over 8 multiplied by 9 squared plus 3 multiplied by 9 plus 98. And this is going to give us the total cost of producing the 9th unit. So I'm going to put that in bracket. And then on the other side of the fence, we're minusing C of 8. So we're going to subtract 1/8 multiplied by 8 squared plus 3 multiplied by 8 plus 98. Plus 3 multiplied by 8 plus 98. So 9 squared gives us 81. 9 squared gives us 81. And then what we'll do is that we will multiply 81 by 8. Divide 81 by 8 rather. So 9 squared, we're going to square 9 here first. To simplify, we're going to square 9, which is going to give us 81. And then we're going to divide 81 by 8. So 81 divided by 8 will give us 10.125. So here I'm going to get 10.125. Again, this 10.125 is found by first getting rid of the first evaluating the bracketed expression. 9 squared gives us 81, then 1 over 8 multiplied by 81, which is the same as 81 divided by 8, will give us 10.125. 3 multiplied by 9 is going to give us 27, and this is of course plus 98. We'll simplify that shortly. Let us simplify the other side now of the subtraction sign. We're going to evaluate the square of 8, which is the bracketed expression here first again. 8 squared is going to give us 64, and then 64 divided by 8 is going to be 8. So this is going to be 8 plus 3 multiplied by 8 here is going to give us 24, and this is plus 98. So now we're going to simplify both of these, and then we're going to subtract. So 10.125 plus 27 plus 98 gives us 135. So we're going to get 135.125. 135.125 here. So 135.125, and that is for this part. And we will subtract 8 plus 24, which is going to give us 32, plus 98, and that's going to give us 130. So when we subtract 130 from 135, we get 5.12 or $5.12. So the actual cost of producing the 9th unit is $5.12. And that takes care of this application problem where we use derivatives to evaluate the marginal cost function, to find the marginal cost function, and then evaluated the marginal cost function to find the cost of producing the 9th unit. Then we use the total cost function to find the actual cost of producing the 9th unit by substituting 8 and 9 into the total cost function and subtracting those results. Because remember that the marginal cost is the cost of producing an additional unit of product. And that is this application lesson where we look at a typical past paper question on the application of differentiation to cost and marginal costs. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to this comprehensive mathematics series. Thank you.